America will soon abandon separation of church and state. Ellen G. White made a stunning prediction more than a century ago. She wrote, "When the leading churches of the United States, uniting upon such points of doctrine as are held by them in common, shall influence the state to enforce their decrees, and to sustain their institutions, then Protestant America will have formed an image of the Roman hierarchy." The Great Controversy, page 445. It's hard to overstate the significance of that statement. At a time when America was known for religious liberty and separation of church and state, Ellen White foresaw a drastic shift, a time when the United States would abandon its founding principles and repeat the oppressive patterns of the past. She describes this change as the creation of an image to the beast. In other words, the United States, once a symbol of freedom, will reflect the very characteristics of the papacy during the Dark Ages: religious laws, persecution of dissenters, and state-backed enforcement of worship. Politicians and religious leaders will drive this transformation. White says, "Protestantism shall stretch her hand across the gulf to grasp the hand of the Roman power. Under the influence of this threefold union, this country will follow in the steps of Rome in trampling on the rights of conscience." The Great Controversy, page 588. This threefold union refers to Protestantism, Catholicism, and spiritualism, a combination of powerful religious forces that will pressure the government to enforce false worship, specifically Sunday observance. She adds, "The United States will repudiate every principle of its constitution as a Protestant and Republican government." Last Day Events, page 133. This means that the very values that once defined America, freedom of religion, liberty of conscience, and civil independence, will be set aside. And when that happens, the final crisis of Revelation 13 will unfold, the enforcement of the mark of the beast. Now, it's important to say this. Ellen White didn't teach hatred toward America or its people, but she was shown in visions that the United States plays a central role in the closing scenes of Earth's history. This isn't political, it's prophetic. The dragon will speak through the lamb-like beast, and the world will be forced to choose between obeying God or following man-made laws. We shouldn't panic. Ellen White gave these warnings not to stir fear, but to awaken faith and readiness. Now is the time to be deeply grounded in Scripture. Now is the time to know what we believe and why. Because when the laws of the land contradict the law of God, it will take courage and conviction to stand. Friend, the final movements are not far off. The groundwork is already being laid. If this message stirred your heart, like and subscribe for more end-time reflections. What stood out to you about Ellen White's message on the United States? Comment below.